All right, what's good, YouTube? Or when I say YouTube, you know, probably just talking about like the 15 people that watch this video. I keep saying that before every single thing, right? Anyway, let me get down to business. Um, what I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit was tithe and offering. So I know this isn't my usual motivational thing, but I'm a Christian and just something happened to me that I just want to talk about it too. So, I mean, if you're interested in hearing, listen. If not, I don't know what to tell you, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna just keep it real because this is part of my experience and part of my life. So I want to share with somebody that it might help. So back in August, I back in August, I my friend, we had a situation where we left the building and his car had been repoed, right? While we were inside the building, and so I gave him some money to help him out to get the car because I didn't want to leave him stranded, because he had to get back and forth from his house and to work and all of that kind of stuff. So if he didn't have his car, man, it's kind of hard to do your thing in Alabama. Back home in New York where I'm from, you can get up and down without a car. Here in Alabama, that's difficult. So we made sure that he could get back and forth. But then this weekend, what had happened is this, and mind you, that was in August. So I'm talking about this weekend now, which is we're now in November. And I was in church on Saturday, and the preacher was talking about John chapter 6 when the kid had the fish and the loaves, and what he said was, you know, you might have something in your hand, but what you have, there's not much that can be done while it's in your hand. But if you hand it over to God, if you give it over to Jesus, he said that Jesus can take that little bit that you have and grow it exponentially and do basically exceedingly abundantly and above anything that you could have thought could have been done with what was in your hand, right? And so Pastor DeBlair Snell, who's the pastor of First Church down here in Huntsville, Alabama, said something that was key. And before everybody left, he said he's just gonna give everybody a chance. He said it's up to you. You don't gotta give if you don't want to. But on your way out, if you feel like, you wanna just make a move of faith and gives more money to the church, not really to help the church because the church is doing fine, but just as a matter of your own faith, then he gave people a chance to do that. And so I was like, man, yo, should I give? Should I give? Right? It was a serious thought because I'm like, yo, I don't really have finances. Like, my money isn't, stacked like that. I need my money to pay rent, and a number of other things. But I said, yo, you know what? Cool, let me do this. So I knew I had some money in my pocket, and I had $200 bills. And I was like, man, if I give one of these, like, my money's gonna be seriously low. But I said, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. So on the way out, I dropped 100 in the offering plate. That I don't even feel like telling you how much I put in there, but it was $100, right? For most of me, my friends, my people my age, $100 right now is a lot of money for us. So put the $100 in, and I was like, yo, God, I'm just putting it in faith, and you do what you do. I'm trusting in you. So what ends up happening is today, matter of fact, I realized I had to pay my car insurance, and for this month and for the next 2 months altogether, I had to pay $307, right? And so I'm like, man, that's more money. Like, oh, my pocket's hurting. But I said, you know what? I know I'm gonna need the car, even if the car is actually gonna help me to make more money getting back and forth, to work and to doing gigs and all that kind of stuff. So I said, I gotta do what I gotta do. So I said, yo, I'm gonna do this, and I just prayed and say, God, you know what needs I have. I just need you to help me out, take care, make it. I'm gonna just trust you that you're gonna supply all my needs. So what happened is, I was in the library, and I walked past in the library, and I saw my boy, the same one that I lent money to. And we just chopping it up about something that we have to do for class, nothing deep. All of a sudden he reaches out to give me a handshake, And in his hand, when he puts his hand in my hand, yo, there's money there. And I'm like, okay, like, why is he giving me money? He's like, yeah, man, I just wanted to repay you. Don't worry, I got some more money coming for you, to fill it out. But here's at least the first couple of hundred, to pay you back for how you had helped me out back in August. Now, mind you, I wasn't even thinking about him paying me back. I wasn't even concerned about him paying me back, right? But but man, God just set it up so that when I really needed it most, He replenished, what I had lost at the time when I was really gonna need it. And so the reason why I bring that up is because as much as you might try to plan your life out, as much as you might try to do things on your own, when you really get to the place where you start living by faith, man, faith is one of those things where I could give you all the motivational tips in the world, but there's just some things that whether or not people want to admit, some things just can't be explained. And faith is one of those things. Faith is making that move, taking certain steps, even though you particularly don't know for sure. You can't explain, you can't give a scientific formula for the end result. All you know is that you're just trusting that things will work out. And by faith, you make certain steps, right? And I really see how when I stepped out on faith, my needs were still taken care of. And that was just encouragement. So I hope that helps out somebody. Like, things may not seem like they're working in your favor at the moment, but just be encouraged, man. Just keep on living by faith, keep on making moves by faith, keep treating people right by faith, keep you know keep on being diligent in your work by faith, keep doing all that you can by faith. And that I'm guaranteeing you that He will come through for you. At the time when you maybe least expect it. You may even go through some times when you feel like He's not coming through, but He will come through for you. It's your boy Vaughn. I'm out of here. Remember, average is failure, so let's walk like kings. Peace out.